Hello and a very warm welcome to the Real Talk. Happy New Year. You know, I'm a very traditional chick. Where I come from, we will wish each other a Happy New Year until like March, for as long as we're seeing each other for the first time. I hope that you're well and I hope that the year has started well. Welcome to the show. We'll be talking to my good friend, Mwiza Betsy, who's back. She is a virtual communications. Betsy, your title, it keeps confusing me.
As I said, and I'll always say.
Virtual communications and what expert? The other one?
Operations.
Operations. You see? Virtual communications and operations expert. Welcome to the show. We'll be starting this off in a bit. Great to have you with us. Please use the hashtag #TheRealTalk. If you find us anywhere online, use that hashtag and we will be happy to have a comment from you. Betsy, every time the new year starts, I look forward to having a conversation with someone who is all focused on starting a year differently, because a new year signifies the beginning of a new season.
Yes.
And I'm so excited that you honored this invitation. Where are you mentally? What sort of space are you in as the year starts?
I think week one is chaos.
Is it always chaos or this particular one is?
I think the transition sometimes is chaos. So one thing I'm trying to do is I start mentally prepping myself around 15th December. That's when I start planning for the new year. So that I don't get very overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yes.
What sort of preparation are you talking about? Because in most cases at that time, for most of us, we'll be lost in the party.
December, yes.
Honestly. Not even thinking of the year beginning. No. Will not. It's the year ending. That's what we're looking at and celebrating, partying all through. How do you prepare yourself for the beginning of the year then?
Honestly, I think for me, if it coming down even to the personal side, as a virtual assistant, I just have to make sure the clients' books are okay and they're good, because by 21st, we're closing for most of my clients. So that means is tax okay? Because you don't want to start the new year when you still have tax areas going on. Have you balanced the books? So I try to make sure if by 20th, I have finalized with every client, then I do my vision board. Now I'm doing a prayer board. I do my prayer board by December 22nd, 23rd. Because it also helps me plan and know, okay, it's not that I'm going to start planning on January 1st. I started for it early. It smoothens the entire transition into the new year. But this year it's
not been easy.
It's not been easy.
Yeah.
Between people delaying to go back to their countries. And dragging you into family plans. And they're like, you first come, we first have lunch. Then you don't realize.
So they delay the
we're on Monday, it feels like a Saturday. Yes.
That can be disorganized.
Very.
You talked about the vision board.
Yes.
People have vision board, resolution board, whatever they call that. I want to talk about the vision board. Tell us a bit more about it and how that has helped you. Because I know you've consistently had a vision board. Each time you and I meet, you'll say, this is done, so I've ticked it off the board.
Yes. For me, honestly, it's not about, I think people misinterpret the entire whole vision board thing. Everybody's seeing the goal to it. And the thing is, minus the aesthetics and everything, vision boards it's a very transparent conversation with yourself. You have to be very harsh with yourself. It's like a self-assessment, whereby you sit down and you say, okay, this is what I wanted for this year. What did I do? And if you have a goal, it's more like, what do I need to do to lead me to that goal? And I believe it's also something I said on the previous time I was here is, enjoy the process of things. Don't just look forward to the end goal. And for me, once I'm sitting down and doing a self-assessment, I'm like, okay, if I need to make this savings per year, how much do I need to be earning? Am I earning that money? Okay, no, how do I diversify my skills so that I can earn more, so that I can reach? So that's the conversation I have with myself. And the vision board, my vision board is basically habits and practices I am trying to get to or start doing or perfect so that I can end up going to something, reaching a certain goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From your vision board of 2025, is there something that stood out for you and one that you'd say you achieved and were very happy to achieve?
Yes.
Yeah, what
I
is that?
think I finally wanted to get into, you see, as young females, we always hear investing, and you need to invest in this stock. There's this financial markets, you need to buy stock. And I never got into it. So what I did last year, I saw a relative who does investment portfolios, has investment portfolios, and I went and got the investment banker. And I was like, I'd like you to be my investment banker. So I did invest I opened up 2 investment accounts for myself.
Beautiful.
And I think having someone who holds you accountable in that aspect, and you tell them your goal and tell them this is the financial goal I have for myself, or this is what I'm trying to save for, this is what I'm trying to purchase in the long run, they'll help you break down the amount of money you need to be putting in, basing on what you're also earning, because we get so heavy with ourselves, oh, I need to save for this, and then you realize you are not doing it in a smart manner, and you are depriving yourself of certain things to reach, and it gets unhealthy in the long run. So one of the best things I did for myself is build on my financial literacy and start investing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Do you have anything on the board that has kept reoccurring? You know, you've got this vision that is just not coming through or pulling through, and you have it in 2024, 2025. We might find it in your vision board in 2026.
Driving license.
Driving license.
Driving
What's been
license.
so hard about that?
We live in a country whereby everybody knows getting the driving license.
It's not easy.
Getting
Thank God I came in when I already had mine.
See, you are lucky because I
Yeah.
did my provisional 2 years
Yeah.
ago. Now it's done. So I have to do it now again. So it's basically I'm starting again from scratch. But
Yeah.
the goal this year, I need that driving license. I need.
So you keep failing the test, huh?
I didn't even do the practical test. I didn't. I only did I sat once for the theory. I think I got a 14. I passed on the first try. The practical test, every single time I'm on that manual car,
Yes.
my feet cannot work together. They're saying no, yes, no, yes. I was like, it's.
But no, they've allowed us to use automatic vehicles.
That is what
so-
I'm trying to go
Oh, yes.
for.
Oh, you're going to get it. You will.
Yes.
Let's talk about the prayer board. You're saying that's a new one, eh?
Yes.
Where did that come from? What's the inspiration
I
behind it?
think 2025, the goal was to get closer to God. And I think I do know when God wants you to get closer to Him, He'll put you in situations whereby you are forced
You have
to
no option.
come naked as you are.
Yes.
And 2025 was one of those years for me. And I believe for many, I was also having conversations with my friends, and they're like, Betsy, 2025 tried us. And so for now, I've been getting into a lot of Bible study. So every single goal I have, I tried. I'm not the best with Bible study. I'm trying to perfect it. But at least I tried to relate a certain verse to a certain aspect of something that I would want to achieve. Is it my anxiety? Is it my financials? Is it my personal development? Is it
Relationships.
That one, I closed that chapter.
Oh, you did close that chapter. Why? To get closer to God.
I left it to
think
God.
That should be the answer.
Yes, I left it to God. After I went on a date once and the man told me that I'm very career driven, I was like, you know what, this is it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you'd still choose career. Yeah.
I know, I did tell them, I'm sorry, I'm going to choose my career over
Yeah.
you every single time.
What would you say has been your biggest struggle? Because people make New Year resolutions, they don't go far with them. They have a vision board, they don't follow it up to the letter. They have a prayer board, but they will still fall short.
Yes.
What's, for you as an individual, what's that thing that you struggle with?
Procrastination.
Procrastination. Yeah.
I will plan, I will break it down, I will dissect it, I will know the process, but I'll keep on pushing and pushing and pushing. So now I have a 5-minute rule. If I can do it in 5 minutes, I can do it. If it
You will
comes to
start on
my
it.
head, I'll start on it.
Yeah. Procrastination, that sounds like a problem that I have as well. something that you know can be done today, you'll still find a reason not to do today. Push it to tomorrow, and it will be overtaken by another activity tomorrow. And so you find this thing is pushed for the next 3 months, 3 years, and you only have yourself to blame. The other thing that I also do find myself struggling with is setting New Year resolutions. In fact, I reached a place where I stopped. I stopped saying I'm going to get closer to God, because every time I opened my mouth and said such, I think the devil would really show up in a way that I never anticipated. And I would just find myself moving farther and farther away, and God, please forgive me for that. And now I don't even mention it. I will not put it as a New Year resolution, but I will try and do everything, like put actions into it. I'm not going to talk about it. I try to practice it. It's the same with finances as well. As I'm going to start saving, I'm going to work harder, diversify my sources, make sure I'm making more money so that I'm able to save more. But I find myself failing with all these things. You, who seems to be more disciplined than I am, what would you say is that trick that has worked for you? Let's call this a learning session.
So for me, I have a journal, but I have 2 types of journals. I have a personal journal and a professional journal, because I realize I don't want to mix. Being a virtual assistant, you have 3-4 clients on, they're constantly on call. Sometimes by 6 a.m. I'm in a meeting because of some time differences. So I like planning my day the night before, because when I wake up, I am stiff sometimes. I need like an hour to process where I am, what I'm doing. So I like planning my day before, knowing this time I'm going to do this time I'm going to do this. And I have learned to delegate if you can. And I think also sometimes when people are planning, they want to do these big, humongous tasks. And for you to come to the big, humongous task, you need to start with the small, micro things. And so I now see things in small, micro type of organization pieces, and that's what I do, honestly.
Yeah. You know, I want to talk about your mental health. Mental health, physical health as well, as we start this new year. You who works even at odd hours, because if your client is in a different time zone, it means you've got to be awake waiting for that call to come. How do you take care of yourself? What is that you do deliberately to make sure you remain healthy?
I prioritize sleep, and I do walk.
You prioritize sleep?
Sleep, and I do walk a lot. And I feel like most times everyone wants to go to the gym. That has not worked out for me. Okay, maybe it's something I'll try venturing into. But the time was not favorable for me with the gym. And I believe the more clients you get, the more constricted you become. So we live in a country whereby we have so many hills and valleys. I try to maximize that as much as possible. So sleep and walking. People underestimate the power of walking, but it clears your mind.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah. You could get to a bit of meditation. Is there anything that you plan to do differently this year? In your personal and professional life?
In terms of professional, I think I would want to become more... When it comes to my professional life, I want to be in more spaces whereby I'm using my voice a lot. So that means I would like to be on more panels, because one thing I realized from the last time I was here to now, I have received a lot of messages, a lot of people sending you texts like, hey, I saw your segment on the Real Talk. You do virtual assistance. I've been having problems with it. How could you guide me to do it? And I'd like to grace
more of such opportunities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Embrace more opportunities like that professionally. In terms of personal, I want to get a hobby.
You want to get a hobby? You don't have a hobby at the moment?
No. Besides reading a book.
And praying?
Yes. But no, I want to start like knitting.
Yes. Cooking? Is that a hobby? Swimming?
See, a friend was telling me today we should try
playing
swimming.
Football? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've tried swimming and failed.
So I want to get into hobbies. I'm trying tennis and knitting.
Tennis and knitting.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. When you look ahead, what excites you about this year?
I think
And are you in a better place compared to where last year started?
so much.
Okay.
Yes. For this year, one thing I am looking forward to is I'm basically seeing an open field and I want as many opportunities to pop up. So I'm letting myself be open to whatever email, message, call that would come up with an opportunity. I am not restraining myself to something small. I am willing to put myself in spaces and also learn from them. So if that means having clients that are usually out of the industries that I'm usually working with, if that means physically having panels, physically having to give speeches or something, because usually I'm the one writing the speeches, am I now the one going to be up there? That is honestly something I am looking forward to. Being out there, helping people have a voice and guiding people to reach certain career goals, honestly, for me, in the corporate space. That is something I would really, really look forward to this year.
You know, when we come back, I want you to tell me why that is important for you, especially as a female.
Yes.
Yes, I need to hear that from you. Glad to have you with us on the show. My friend Mwiza Betsy is a virtual assistant. My name is Jackie. We are on The Real Talk. Please just use the hashtag. We look forward to hearing from you. You have a comment, a suggestion, you have a question for Betsy. She will respond to you. We're taking a break. We will be back. Welcome back. This is The Real Talk. My name is Jackie and we have Betsy with us. Betsy, you want to have a voice, you want to be out there some more, you want to be seen, appreciated and recognized for your contribution to the corporate space. Why is that important for you as a young female?
It's not only just about the recognition. For me, it's more like I want to be like a tutor. To people that want to come into this space, to people that have multiple skills and want to know how they can package them into something very valuable. And as a female, I feel like we have been graced to live in a country whereby they really care about females in spaces, to take up spaces. You see our government, majority of it is led by females. And I want to help someone more like, even though it's not just the females, also the men, because I've also gotten messages from them like, Betsy, it's hard, and we are, as young adults, sometimes we're in a space whereby there's so much confusion. You don't know your next step forward. You have your parents in your ears, but then you also have your passion, and sometimes merging them is very contradicting. So if, for me, I could if I could guide 5 people in 10, that would mean so much for me. And that really helps a lot, especially young females, because the generation I see for the future, I want to see a lot of young females take up spaces. I want to see young females on platforms whereby people are like, how did you even get there?
Yes.
Let us take up so many spaces that people think it is so diabolical for you to be on such a stage, but for you, I did the work.
Yes.
Yes.
I deserve to be here. The reason I asked of what significance that was to you as a female is because I've also noticed over time that we women tend to shy away from opportunities. We will have job adverts coming out and you'll find more men applying. Women will always find an excuse or a reason not to apply for that job.
To be humble.
Or it's demanding a certificate I don't have. A guy will apply for a job that he has no clue about. And sometimes they end up getting that thing.
True.
Like that sort of confidence. What should we do to get it?
I think be as delusional as you could be. In your head, because everything starts with, I think before someone takes a step, it's also a conversation you have with yourself. So how you speak to yourself matters. If you are shy, if you are not confident, if you don't respect yourself enough, people are also going to see and be like, they don't, they
They'll
underestimate
undermine you,
themselves. So I
they'll
might as well underestimate them. But I believe that when you step in a room, the energy you give off is how people are going to perceive you. So if you step in a room with confidence, be as delusional as you can be. And in some situations, fake it until you make it.
Fake it until you make it.
Start, even though you don't know what you're doing, just start.
They say, start with what you have and where you are.
It.
And perfect
Exactly.
it. Yes.
Nobody woke up in the morning and they knew what they were doing and they were 100% good at something and then they started it. No.
They didn't wait to be perfect.
Exactly.
Yes.
You see an opportunity, grab it with your 2 hands.
Yeah, yeah.
However big it is, grab it. You'll figure it out along the way. Be more vocal about what you want. And even when it comes to negotiating for your salary, negotiating for your benefits, say, I want XYZ. I want this amount of XYZ for the job you want me to do and the time and the hours. Let your pay be relevant to what you're doing. And I feel as women, most people want to be humble. They don't want to be taken as, I'm taking up so much space, I'm overwhelming people, I am doing this. No.
Overwhelm them.
Overwhelm them. Take up as much space. Matter of fact, take up the whole room.
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, people will always have something to say. Whether you value your work or even though you undervalue your work, people will always have something to say.
Yes.
So one thing I would like for Rwandan women to get into, stop being shy. Stop being humble. Stop thinking you're taking up so much space. Stop thinking you're being an inconvenience. Stop thinking,
when you show up.
Yeah, stop thinking, I am too young for that. You're never too young for anything. Aisha Speed was here the other day. He's 21.
Goodness.
Even though you are 16 and you have the wildest dream, tell your parents, if they can aid you to something, let them do it.
Yeah.
If they can't find someone to do it. As I said last time, keep on shooting your shot. Someone out there is seeing, someone out there is looking for you, someone out there is hearing your cry. There'll always be someone that is willing to take you on.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, we're told if your dreams don't scare you, then they're not big enough.
Yes.
They're not big enough. What do you think limits us? Why do we find ourselves, and this I want to know from the conversations that you have with your peers.
Yes.
What stops us from dreaming scary dreams?
The fear of
we get
change.
too comfortable? The fear of change.
I think once we get so comfortable, you see like when you work towards something and then you get to that something and then it becomes a pattern and you're used to it. Yeah. Now you have to go to the next level, but now you're like, but I could work with this. This is fine. This is comfortable. No, it's not. Because you get stagnant in one place and everybody's moving. Things are evolving. You can't keep on staying in the same place. So people have the fear of change.
Yeah.
And because with change comes with new habits. You need to be more disciplined. You need to drop some things, pick some things.
Drop some friends.
Drop some friends. So the fear of change really holds people back a lot.
Do you think friendships also hold us back?
Yes.
Because one of the things that we need to do as the year begins, I believe, is also like have a list, do a checklist and see which friend added value last year, who devalued you. And you know, sometimes when you say that, people think, you know, friends are not always about what they've given you. But I'm not, when we talk about value, it's not monetary.
Yes.
It could just be the time, the ear. Somebody came through for you when you needed a listening ear, or they showed up when you wanted somebody to come and help you out at 9 p.m. So value isn't just monetary, because when you say such things, sometimes people say, you over-demand from friendships. You know, but then, so do friendships also hold us back? And what should we do to make sure that we are thriving on both sides?
So there's a conversation I also always have with my friends. And you see how people have heartbreaks and they said, but I put so much into this. In my head, I'm like, you need to put that same energy in your friendships. People put so much energy in the other types of relationships, but I'm like, you need to direct that energy into your friendships. Because you need to build a community, and your friends will pick you up in your most dire moments, and they'll also assist you, and they can put your names in a certain room whereby you never thought you would be. And so that's why I say, tell me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. I mentioned that previously when I was here, and I was like, that's something my dad always told me when I was young. It did not make sense until I was 20-something, and it made sense. And as you grow up, as you're evolving, as you keep on wanting to change new things in your life, it's also nice to have these conversations with your friends. I'm trying to do this. I would like you to hold me accountable.
Okay.
Or your friend tells you something, it's okay, I'll hold you accountable, or I'll go on this journey with you because this is something I would want to do. So for me, I like having uncomfortable conversations with my friends because also that strengthens your relationship with someone and your bond. If it's a friendship whereby we are only meeting in happy hours, for me it's very skeptical. That is someone I would call like an acquaintance whereby I know you from the side, but I
not necessarily a friend.
Yes, because your friend can change your life so much.
And for good or bad.
For good or bad. Yeah. Just like how a partner would change your life for good or bad, your friendships also hold as much power as any other type of relationship you would have.
Sometimes we have friends who you go to and you're trying to sell this beautiful idea to them, but they always will tell you, maybe you're not cut out for that. Maybe can you share that idea with somebody else? So when you have these friends that also talk you down, like you've psyched yourself up and you're thinking, I am enough. But then they meet you, you share with them, then they make you feel less qualified.
So there are friends whereby, so you see there are two angles to that. There's someone telling you that may not be something that you would. So my question usually goes to them as, okay, what can I do so that I could fit in this position that I want to be in? What do you think I can do as my friend?
Because I don't want to let go of this.
I don't want to
I want to pursue it.
Yes.
So what do I do to make myself...
Be honest with me. Let me know. If you think I'm not fit for it, what can I do to be fit for it?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just not going to tell me your opinion and then I drop it just because you think I am not cut out for something. That doesn't make sense.
Would you drop the friend for that?
If you told me, if they
had an honest conversation with you, you would keep them. But if they just did...
Yeah, and it's just very negating.
Hell-bent on bringing you down.
I would give you a side
you let go
eye.
of them.
I would be like, I'm going to just watch you closely. Yes.
Yeah. That's quite interesting. I had to ask that because people get bogged down. Like this friend, I want to let go of this friend, but I cannot. And they're not healthy. It's not a healthy friendship, but somebody's just stuck in it for sometimes a very small reason. You'd rather let go of them and make fear of change. Yeah.
Fear of change could hold. Fear of change should be your greatest downfall if you're not careful. And that is why sometimes I say, wake up in the morning and pray to God to give you this confidence, the strength, and the resilience for you to face some of the things you're scared to face. Because it's more like learning how to ride a bike. You fail, you fall,
a few times.
You fail and fall a few times.
I still have scars that I got off that,
But you perfect your skill either way, so be scared to do things. I believe when you're starting the year, have things that scare you, that take you out of your comfort zone, because that makes you remove another layer when you achieve those things. You have gone through so much. You have learned so much. Yes.
I think what I pick from that is we should make ourselves uncomfortable. Just accept it, accept the discomfort.
And also have challenging
the growth
friends.
could come out of that. Yeah, and have challenging friends. When you look at this year and your role as a virtual assistant, what are those opportunities that you're seeing? What are the new tools that you're looking forward to applying or using?
I think this year I'm trying to merge Notion. I'm trying to use Notion to merge my personal life and my work life. Because Notion is you have to be very, very organized to use it. So it's also something that is playing with my mind. I'm trying to perfect my skill with it. So that means I'm trying to see how to make pitch decks in Notion. I'm trying to see how to make plans in Notion, planners, calendars. I'm trying to put everything in one place. I'm giving myself the end of Q1 so that it's something that's an app I have mastered back and front.
I'll come learn from you. I do not know anything about Notion.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think people underestimate it, but it's a very good
Exactly.
tool.
And then, so for somebody who's thinking of becoming a virtual assistant, and they thought about it last year, it passed. This year, it started, and they're saying, I'm determined to do it. But you know, once January is over, the year has ended, and then procrastination sets in. Where would you tell them to start? So they're not delaying it, they're not postponing it.
As I said last time, LinkedIn is your friend. LinkedIn is your friend, because now what happens, you see who is putting out the job application. And if that's what I'm saying, you need to be as delusional as possible. Once you put that application in, go and send them a personal message. Because you stand out, you need to stand out from every other applicant that is also applying for the job. So how do you make an employer notice you among the 50 people, the 100 people? So you need to sell yourself like as if you're selling a product. Yes. And so apply, but also personally reach out to people. LinkedIn is your friend, as I said last time. Upwork can get a bit tricky, because with being a virtual assistant, we are put in positions whereby we have to invest in our craft most times. So with Upwork, when we are applying for jobs, there are things called coins. So once you are applying...
They're called?
Coins.
Coins.
Yes. Once you are applying for a certain job, you may need a certain number of coins. And so that is something whereby, I'd say if you have a certain bit of saving, you could push, but you need to make sure your documents are very, very polished to meet a certain standard of a job. That's why LinkedIn is the easiest way forward. Via LinkedIn, I've seen opportunities whereby a director wants an executive assistant, someone wants an operations assistant, someone just needs someone for bookkeeping. And what is bookkeeping? See my sales, see my revenues, are my taxes done? Do I have any areas?
Yes.
That is it.
That's it.
Because some people, it's as simple as that.
When we hear bookkeeping, we think, oh, this is such a huge task.
Yes.
You're simplifying it.
Because in most cases, when it comes to tax, you find those people already have companies that they're working for, tax consultancy companies that handle their VAT, their payee, their RSSB management and everything. So for you, what you're doing is just inner work, which is very, very simple. And I believe we live in a day and an age whereby people have decided to complicate every word.
Yeah.
It is not
The simplest words are used in
crazy.
This big sentences or offices that you're left confused.
Exactly.
And yet it actually was such a simple term.
If you read the job description, you realize you can do every single little thing. Even though you are a senior 6 finalist, you could do every single little thing. You know how to use Excel sheet.
Yeah.
You know how to use a laptop. What else?
You have this very expensive smartphone.
And you realize the amount of money they're paying for some of those jobs is crazy.
Yeah.
Because once someone is desperate for a certain skill, they will pay.
They'll pay for it. Yeah, they'll pay for it.
That is why I say, do not be shy to put your price on the table. Because just because you are doing a skill that in your head is small, because once we perfect a skill, sometimes as people, we say, but the skill is not that huge. But you are forgetting the time you put into the skill. For you, it's something that has become a norm because you are very good at it. But if you see the other side of the mirror, this is a skill someone desperately needs.
And they'll be willing to pay for it.
It would take them time to study and perfect the skill. So put your price, because you have also invested in yourself.
Have you ever found yourself in a position where or a place where you stated your price and people looked at you and thought, hey, that's really high? Like you're overestimating yourself.
Yes.
Overvaluing yourself. How did you deal with that?
Honestly, someone told me that, Betsy, you are doubling the price for. And my question was, how many hours do you want me to work? And they said, I need you to work about 8 hours a day. I'm like, so basically you want me to work about the same time someone in office is also seated. And
you want to pay me less than what you're
and
paying
you
someone
want
in
to
the
pay
office.
me less than
Because I'm not coming to the office.
Exactly. And I'm like, that does not make sense. I'm using my own device. Are you providing for me internet in that circumstance? They were not. And if you are also making me work outside of the normal hours that you have given me because something is an urgency, I'm not going to turn down your phone call just because
it's beyond my working hours.
Yes. There's no health insurance in this. There's nothing in this. You are making me work 8 hours a day. So we need to... I was willing for them to... I lowered the price a bit, but I didn't let it reach whatever price point
whatever they wanted.
Yes.
Yeah, because you thought it was quite low.
It was so low.
Yeah.
Yes.
As we age towards the end of the conversation, what are those things that you have done in the past and you feel like they wasted your time? The time wasters, let's point them out so that some of us can get rid of those.
Saying yes to every job without first...
Saying yes
to every job without first assessing what is really into this job.
What it will take to get that job
done. What will
it
take? The time, the hours. Is there movement required?
You used to do that a lot.
I was desperate, Jackie. Remember, at some point I told you I was very desperate for a job.
You mentioned it.
Yes. So I was saying yes to everything, and I realized 2 weeks in, this is not what I want to be doing. Because I did not get the time to read or to have a verbal conversation with the employer for them to let me know that these are the small nitty-gritties that are involved in your job. I just said yes. Oh, this is an opportunity. I'm grabbing it.
Yeah, yeah.
So be as selective with the jobs, and also don't put yourself... I know we are shooting our shots and being delusional and whatnot, but also don't put yourself in a position whereby you compromise your skill by over-promising someone something.
Yeah.
And then it leads to a lack of trust. And then someone says, I cannot work with this person again because they told me they can do A, B, C, D.
And then they underperform.
And they are underperforming.
Yeah.
So let people learn to read more job descriptions. When you see a JD, first also assess with yourself, can I do this? Can I do that? Is this something I can compromise on and say I can do and find my way along the journey?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for those. Those are great lessons. Betsy, thank you. Thank
Welcome.
you for making
Thank you
time.
for having me.
And I look forward to having you back. Betsy and I talking about the new year, and it's been such a candid conversation. Mistakes she's made, the lessons she's learned, that particular point she's mentioned towards the end, saying yes to every job opportunity. I've been there before, and it can waste you completely because you're acting out of desperation, and when you're desperate, you'll just find yourself all over the place, but not fulfilled. Not fulfilled mentally, physically, not even financially. So I agree with Betsy on being cautious. Just know what you're saying yes to so that you're not overwhelmed and you're not underperforming, yet you are an excellent performer. My name is Jackie. Betsy Mwiza was our guest today. She's a virtual assistant, and I'm looking forward to having her back on the show. Thank you for keeping us company. Use the hashtag #TheRealTalk. We will be waiting for that comment. God bless you.